Well, looks like Frank the Shark Clark is indeed returning to the AFC West, but unfortunately, it is not for the Kansas City Chiefs as he signed a one-year deal with the Denver Broncos. So let's talk about it. But first, how about those? All right, this title is not clickbait. It's sad, but hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes, and Frank Clark ended up signing a deal with the Denver Broncos, a one-year deal, first reported by Jordan Schultz around 2 p.m. Central, June 8th. That's Thursday, June 8th. Just saw this, and I couldn't believe what I saw. At first, I thought it was like a burner account, not true, but no, everybody's reporting about it. Again, Jordan Schultz was the first guy on it to announce that it was a one-year deal. Adam Schefter just tweeted out a couple minutes ago, as of when I'm recording this video, that it was a one-year deal worth up to $7.5 million, and it includes a $5.5 million guaranteed base salary, $1 million in makeable incentives, and another challenging $1 million in what is probably not likely to be earned incentives. It looks like Broncos head coach Sean Payton and Frank Clark spoke on the phone earlier this week and, quote, hit it off. Now, the three NFL head coaches Clark will have played for are Pete Carroll, Andy Reid, and Payton, three standout coaches with Hall of Fame resumes. So not only could Frank Clark and the Chiefs not come to terms on a deal when they released him months ago and saved $21 or so million in cap space, giving Clark, though, $7.67 million in dead cap, he then signs a $7.5 million deal with the Broncos, so he'll be making close to $15 million this season. A nice season of money for Frank Clark, at least. You know, I do think he did want to come back. There was those reports from Christian Martinez about Frank Clark wanting to get a deal done, and I do believe that was true based on who the source was, because it was himself, okay, without getting into too many details of how that came about. Frank Clark himself, out of his own lips, said, I'm trying to come back to Kansas City. I believe that report was true. However, it takes two to tango. And when they couldn't agree to terms earlier on, I think the Chiefs probably wanted to sign him for a much cheaper deal if he wanted to come back. And Frank Clark believed he was worth more than that. And what do you know? The Broncos have given Frank Clark a one-year deal worth up to $7.5 million. And I'm sure if the Chiefs offered him anything, it was much less than that. So much respect to Frank Clark. He's 30 years old, has made so much money in the NFL. But I will say this, he is not chasing postseason stats by signing with the Broncos. I really do wish him well. For all we know, he could retire a Chief. He's done great things. We could not have the rings that we have without Frank Clark. He really did show up in the postseason. Kind of unfortunate. I think the Chiefs will still look potentially at a veteran defensive end. I talked about that in a video last night. Maybe Carlos Dunlap, somebody that's going to be a cheaper, more affordable deal. It's not going to be Frank Clark. He's done. He's off the market. You would think at this point in Frank's career, you want to go and play for a team that has a chance of helping him chase those postseason stats. He has 2 rings already, yes, so maybe that's why he's like, I'm cool, I don't need any more rings, but he is not far from being the postseason sack leader in all of NFL history. He's 3rd right now. He's not going to be adding to that at all with the Broncos, but hey, if he wants to go get another bag, just kind of chasing the money for another couple years while he's still in the league and just cashing out with as much as he possibly can. A little disappointed, but at the end of the day, man, this is a business. The Broncos, are building a decent team with Sean Payton at the helm. They for sure have a respectable defense. Say what you want about their offensive performance last year. It was abysmal, to say the least, but he's going to be with some great dogs on their defense and a good coach in Sean Payton. Wish him nothing but the best. Let me know your surprise. I mean, this offseason, we've seen Orlando Brown Jr. go to the Bengals. We have now seen Juan Thornhill go to the Browns, McCole Hardman go to the Jets, and now Frank Clark going to the Broncos. This one stings. I wish him the best. It is a division rival. It's like the Jamal Charles incident when he ended up signing there. It's just going to be so weird to see him dressed up as a Bronco when he's a Chief for life in my book. So again, let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments down below. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go. How about those?